Welcome to Savepoint, a show where we talk about video game news and topics that you suggest to us in the YouTube comments and on Twitter using the hashtag Savepoint. My name is Ryan Shepard.
I'm Nick Rubio.
And before we get started today, quick thing, we're going to share a click-to-tweet link in the description right at the top, so you can share out our video with whoever follows you on Twitter. And at the end of the week, we're going to pick someone out completely at random who clicks to tweet that link, and we're going to give them a free video game.
Wow, a whole game. Like not just half?
Not even half a game.
Like we're not gonna break the key up into bits and send it to them.
We're gonna buy a game. We're gonna break the disc apart, and then we're gonna say why did we do that, and we're gonna glue it back together, and then we're gonna mail it to them.
And then mail it. We're gonna do the toothpaste trick where you like.
Does that work?
I don't think it does.
You fix consoles for a living, so yeah. Let's go ahead and do one of your topics.
It's different. All right, we're gonna start off with our friend Twitchosaurus Rex on YouTube. All these were from YouTube. Finally, you guys.
Yeah, that makes us so happy.
You guys are learning that the medium exists to put comments on the bottom of our pages. Is it just me, or has there been an industry shift from like RPGs and MMOs to way more options for world survival or open world survival? Mm-hmm. This might be my personal filter, but it seems like fewer games on tracks or linear progression.
Yeah, like a game that's on rails, pretty much. Or rather, that's how it used to be back in the old school days. I think this is just a response to what people like, what people want.
I think that and the fact that the technology exists for it, as opposed to back in the day where your only open world games were games like Super Mario 64. I mean, Baldur's Gate barely, but I mean, like I feel like it was easier to make a game and tell a story on tracks than it was to like let you fucking run.
I mean, just size restrictions. You got to think. I think even up to PlayStation 2, games were like in the dozens of megabytes, They weren't that huge. There was a lot of technical limitations. That and studios have gotten a lot bigger. They have a lot more people working on it.
More time spent.
Yeah, so these worlds are being built bigger. They're more able to make these open spaces.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's, and I do agree with you, there's been more of a response for open world games. People have gotten a taste of what it's like to explore and they want more of it.
And nowadays, when you have a game that is appearing to be an open world game but really is linear, people call out the game almost immediately.
Yeah, what was the last game?
There was an RPG that came out for PlayStation 4. I can't remember what it was called, but it was very linear. It's like, you're in this small stage and you have to beat everything in it and then you can move on to the next one. Isn't Dark Souls kind of like that?
No, Dark Souls is very
It's fully open world?
For Dark Souls, you can go any path you want.
I'm just going what I've seen. I haven't played the game.
Yeah, Dark Souls is very open world.
I'm trying to think of the last very linear game that I played.
BioShock probably for me.
BioShock is a good example because it seems like a very open world, but it's like, oh, you went into this room and now you can't go back, really.
I mean, it told its story and it did it well. I mean, I don't want games on tracks and linear progression to go away because I feel like it has a place in the medium.
Yeah. And there's a place for a merger of the two.
Yeah. I feel like there is definitely a way that it feels more like I like being led sometimes when I'm playing a game. I'm not like, because sometimes you get in a world and you're like, oh.
It helps. It helps
all the way over there.
Like the first time I played Skyrim, the first couple times I played Skyrim, I just kind of sat there like, I can like. The idea that you can do anything really freaks you out because you don't know what to pick. So it's nice to have somewhat of a guiding thing that gets less and less over time, and it lets you go on your own way. But I think it's mostly because people prefer to have the choices and the options.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good thing.
Do you miss games on Rails? Why don't you let us know in them comment sections.
What was your favorite game on Rails?
I hope that adequately answered that. I think it did. This is from Cardiac Sumo, also on YouTube, as we said. How well do you think VR and third-person gameplay could work together? Most VR things I've tried with my Rift are first-person. I imagine if you had a Rift and played... this is so rubbing it in our faces, I swear. Imagine if you had a Rift and played something third-person, say Assassin's Creed, for example, it'd just feel like you were following some dude around. A coworker thought it could be interesting and open up new gameplay possibilities. Thoughts?
I saw a interesting game on. It was an article on Kotaku. I don't know if you saw it. It was a long time ago. It was about a game where it was kind of like it kind of looked like Conker's Bad Fur Day. Like it had that like kitty kind of thing, and it was for Oculus, and you kind of guided your character along like a path, but like you were the camera, like you were the omnipotent, and like you couldn't like look all around, like as you followed the character, like the camera kind of like moved and you went with it, but like you can like look under bridges for like secrets and stuff, and like I felt like that was pretty cool in that sort of respect. As a game for like Assassin's Creed, it would be kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know, but
because it's not what you'd want from a virtual reality experience. I feel like you'd want to have that really strong, visceral experience that you are jumping around and diving off of buildings and crazy stuff. But I had an interesting thought just now. I imagine like a World War II game, or maybe even like a modern type war game, where you're like the journalist. That's why it's third person. That's why it's kind of over the shoulders. You're just the guy filming everything that happens. Now, playing it, you're controlling the person that you're looking at, but you're from the perspective of the cameraman. And I just thought that'd be kind of a cool idea.
That'd be interesting. Another interesting, another like way that you could look at it would be like an RTS. And over the top, and then like you're inspecting your.
You know, I feel like I'd get nauseous.
You think so?
Just because like that like weird high up feeling, like I'd be looking down on them. I don't know. I guess it'd probably be worse, honestly, if you were like standing on a platform. But if you're just floating there, I think you'd probably acclimate to it after a while.
Like I imagine if you would use a table, and then like your battlefield would be like the table, and you're looking at the table, and like I don't know. I'm imagining like super advanced like hand gloves, and like you're like pointing and telling people where to go.
I think it'd be really interesting if with the Oculus Rift or any VR headset, if they simulated like near blindness, where like you only got shadows and shapes, and it was mostly based on the auditory experience.
Yeah, I saw a game about that not too long ago where it was meant to be played like it was you played through sound, and like I think it was like during like a zombie apocalypse, and like you had to like find your way out or something like that. Like it was interesting. I have to find that article and show it to you. But I think sensory deprivation has its place where in something like that. And I don't think a lot of people would like that, but I personally would. I don't know. I like weird concepts in games. So,
yeah, definitely. I think. VR, no matter what console it is, I mean, I don't want to. I keep saying Oculus because I'm more familiar with that, but whatever, be it Morpheus, be it whatever it is, I think that there's a very unparalleled option to show perspective of people that you normally wouldn't have the perspective of. Like, if you were from the perspective of a child, seeing everyone around you as being much taller and much bigger and kind of...
Among Us sleep would be terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think you could capture that, like, sort of feeling of, like, separation or maybe even, like, fear. Like, even if it was something simple, like, say it was a handicapped person and you were kind of trying to show people what it's like to have to live your life in a wheelchair. I mean, these are more interactive experiences than games, mind you. Are there games applications? Absolutely, and I think there's a lot of interesting things you could do with that.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely. Third person and beyond. I mean, now that I think about it, at first I was kind of against the whole third person idea with virtual reality, but there certainly is a place for it.
Yeah, I think there is. Like the same way, like I was saying before, how I think it's kind of the same way that first person shooters are to a TV screen.
Yeah.
Like, you're taken far back from it, but you're still playing, you know what I mean? Like, through the eyes of a character, and, like, the way, I don't know, I feel like third-person games feel more at home when you play them from the TV than first-person shooters. Yeah. Just me, personally. Other people, that's all they play, so I'm sure that's all they enjoy.
Yeah.
But
it would certainly be interesting. Do you think that answers that question?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so then, real quick, before we go on to our next topic, we've taken to doing this thing where we are going to cut to a commercial ad break rather than having a pre-roll. And so we're just going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back after this.
And welcome back to Savepoint.
How interesting was that product placement?
Yeah, do you want to take a crack at what it is?
What if it was like herpes medication?
Oh no. YouTube, don't do that to us.
Do they ever do anything kind of weird like that?
I don't think I've never seen a YouTube. You know what would be funny? The Scrogard.
Oh god, Scrogard. But that's not like an actually airing ad, is it?
I don't think it is. I don't even know.
I don't know. Alright, well thank you for bearing with us through the break. You're a wonderful person for doing that. Do you want to take us away with this last topic here?
We have one more topic in our bowl.
It's going to be so interesting.
We need to like bejewel it. The bowl, not the topic. I mean, we could do the topic too, but it's just going to get thrown away.
Yeah.
Pack and Punchin' from the YouTube. Also, hey guys, in Advanced Warfare they say there's going to be a bonus round with zombies in exosuits. That sounds terrifying. Do you think this will ruin the exo survival game mode or make it better considering the game comes out in a few weeks? Comes out the 11th, I believe. Correct.
I mean, if it's just a bonus run, I don't see it ruining the game mode.
I don't know. I honestly I haven't kept up with Advanced Warfare, so I don't know if it's just a full-on zombie mode like that. But even then, I don't think it is, just because it does sound kind of scary with zombie. You know, because you gotta think. Not all those military guys are not going to not get bit. It's just the same thing with zombies.
With jump jets is pretty effing terrifying.
Well, I don't think they'd be able to use them. I mean, maybe they would.
But, like, imagine if they could. Yeah. Just jumping up and, like, taking your face out.
Oh, God. But,
that'd be awful.
It's like it's like you seeing zombies in riot gear and hazmat suits and stuff like that. Like, it's not unbelievable that...
There's nothing scarier than a zombie wearing a helmet.
Yeah, bulletproof helmet.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, you're fucked.
Yeah, he's not going to get knocked out. He's not going to get knocked out.
No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. I think, like, if they're doing... I think it's like a wave mode. I think it's like survival mode where it's wave after wave.
So it's like the Halo...
Or whatever. Anything else, like Gears did it. Did Gears do it before anyone else did?
There was already a zombie game mode. Like
not the zombies, but just waves and stuff.
Weren't there waves in...
Yeah, no, that's how it works. It works in waves, but I mean, like, the whole survival wave thing came before zombies.
Yeah. I think it was in... I think it was Gears that did it first. Maybe, I don't know.
Let us know, because one of you savvy-ass motherfuckers know
it was either if Black Ops came out first... Oh, God. If Black Ops came out first... You know what? Halo... No, I want to say Spec Ops, but it's not Halo Spec Ops. Halo...
ODST?
Yeah, I think that did it first, because wasn't that...
Oh, because they had Firefight.
Yeah, wasn't that, like, the start of it?
I don't know. That's a really hard question. No, but I think Gears came out before ODST. Yeah, by a good bit.
You think so?
Because then
it was in Gears 2, it wasn't in Gears 1. Gears 1 didn't have
Oh, Gears 1 didn't have it?
Didn't have the horde.
That's a really good question, because Halo 3 came out and then ODST came out, and look, this has nothing to do with the topic, pretty much. I don't think it'll damage it at all. I mean, we can't really say until we see it. I just think it sounds really interesting to put zombies in exosuits and like a really scary...
Yeah, and especially if they're like the semi-intelligent, not like retarded Walking Dead zombies that just kind of fumble around, like, you know, like Dawn of the Dead zombies, not fucking...
Yeah.
The ones that use the guns. Was it Dawn of the Dead? What was that movie where like the zombies got smart and they started using AKs against the people? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you know what it was? It was...
I remember that black guy...
Day of the Dead?
Day of the Dead, because the black guy was falling out of the water.
That's the one they had Dead Reckoning. The big-ass armored bus. Oh, that was cool. I'm pretty sure that was... Wait, was that Land of the Dead?
I think it was Land of the Dead.
I think it's Land of the Dead.
I just remember that black guy,
sorry.
like they learned, like they had like a moat around the city that like was uninfected, and zombies learned that they can just fucking walk through the water because they
don't have lungs.
They don't have lungs.
Or they have lungs, but they don't have functioning lungs.
Yeah, and the zombies were like, well, fuck, we're just gonna walk across, and that like his head just kind of like coming up, and his eyes are red, and he's got like an AK in his hand, somehow still fucking works.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Or what was the most recent one that came out that George Romero decided he was just gonna botch? The one that just came out where it was like they were going on the whole Hatfield and McCoy's family feud thing, because I'm pretty sure at the end of the film, spoiler alert, the two zombies have like an Old West style shootout. I'm not even joking.
That's awful. Bad zombie movies. I love them.
I think we answered that. I don't know. What's your favorite zombie movie? Do you have a favorite zombie movie? What's your favorite game with zombies in it? Do you think that fucking running game's gonna be good?
Are you gonna buy Exosuit?
What's it called? What's the running game? The parkour zombie game.
Oh, Daylight.
Daylight. Is it Daylight?
Daylight, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, Daylight.
Wait, what was...
Or Deadlight or something like that?
I think it was Deadlight. I don't know.
God, we don't know video games.
We don't know anything about video games. We've been lying to you this whole time. Jeez. Like, honestly, I just go on Kotaku.
You know, I hear a game gets pushed back and it's dead to me.
That's pretty much what happens. When it gets pushed back, I'm like, okay, well, just forget about it. It's out of your life now. Why dread? Why mourn? I don't know. Tell us what your favorite zombie game is, and leave us topics. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, treat yourself to a nice frozen yogurt.
And click to tweet, and your chance to win a semi-broken disc game.
Yeah. What are we going to give out?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll announce it on the Twitter later.
Why don't you guys let us know what game that we should give away, too?
No, because then somebody's going to like, I want the rarest game in the world.
No, they're going to want, like, they want Halo. They're going to want the Master Chief Collection, the most expensive edition. And that's what it's going to be called.
With the Warthog?
Yeah, it comes
with a 1-to-1 scale Warthog.
It comes with a working Warthog and 3 bros that operate it. Like, one guy's on the tour and there's a guy next to you who just hands you Mountain Dews, and the guy sitting in the back just gives you like bro fives the whole time.
All day.
All day.
Oh my god.
That actually sounds pretty amazing.
That sounds like a vacation.
Yeah, it does.
Like, what the fuck?
You know, a paintball warthog would be the coolest goddamn thing. Just driving around mowing little 8-year-olds down.
Oh, no.
With paintballs, not death. Thank you for joining us, by the way, and we'll catch you next time.